in their gray jerseys, making their debut this season. The Wolfpack in black on the road.
How about these tilted tips? Everybody on one side of the floor.
And Louisville will start out with it. Here is Van Lith, and the left-hander pulls up at the elbow, and a foul immediately, scrapping for the rebound.
Both coaches told us how important rebounding was in this game, including this morning when we were talking to Jeff Walls. The first thing he mentioned, well, after taking care of the basketball.
Coming off a fourth trip to the Final Four last year, he is the winningest coach in Louisville history, with a nice contract extension through the 2029 season. Van Lith coming off the screen and tried to drop it off for Liz Dixon, and they'll turn it over. On the other side, now in his 10th season at NC State, is Wes Moore, a trip to the Elite Eight last year for the first time since 1998, as they celebrate the 25th anniversary of their Final Four team this year. They were oh so close, lost in overtime a year ago to Connecticut in the region final. Diamond Johnson. Corner jumper is good.
Both teams starting out in man-to-man, and a really hard hedge on the on-ball screen by Louisville. So if you're the smaller Johnson, you're going to have to be able to find that pass out of it.
The Louisville starting five. Carr is a deep threat. And Morgan Jones is one to watch. When she's on, this is a totally different team. The runner from Van Lith won't go. Johnson has the rebound. Look at the pack. As Johnson hits from three-point range. Collins gets the start today. They'll bring Jada Boyd off the bench as she returns from an injury.
We talked in the open about how important it is for Diamond Johnson to be efficient with her scoring. Great sign for NC State for her to hit that one early.
Olivia Cochran, and here is Kristlyn Carr off the bounce. Around and out. Camille Hobby with the rebound. Johnson. She too has missed time. 4 games this year with an ankle injury. Trying to get back to 100%. Madison Hayes off the bounce to the right side, and a terrific start for the Wolfpack here on the road.
This is not an easy place to come in and play as the visiting team, and it is a terrific start for NC State.
Both these teams coming off of wins on Thursday. Into the lane for Carr.
Really nice job by Carr. And it's not just intensity on game day. It's intensity every single day. In practice, shoot around, whatever.
Boyd, who has checked into the game. Back to Johnson and DJ. And here they come on the run, looking for an easy bucket to get them going. And Carr. 3-ball.
Sometimes coaches know what they're talking about.
As long as the players execute, right?
There you go.
Carr is the top 3-point shooter in the country, so they'd love to get her heating up. Rivers, in her first year at NC State, the transfer from South Carolina. Shot clock winding down. Johnson kicks it out to Rivers. Deep three, hand in her face, and she got it. 13-5, Wolfpack. Carr, another good look, and back-to-back for Kristlyn. Carr, a good grad school pickup for Louisville from Syracuse a year ago. Boyd able to knock it down. Jones off the mark.
Well, guys, Kansas coming off a back-to-back loss in the last week. That is not very normal against a Bill Self team. And that Kansas-Baylor game, I know Jay Billis has the game, and that is going to be a barn burner in Baylor on Monday night.
We got a terrific women's game as well tomorrow night, as Boyd hits the open three. Louisville rarely loses at home. Ohio State did come in here earlier in the non-conference and beat them. Good box out. Isaiah James, a player that Wes Moore would like to get some more minutes for today.
They were forcing shots. They weren't strong defensively. Today, the opposite of that.
Hobby spins away from the double team and draws the foul as Hobby goes to the line. Holly?
Well, guys, it's a big day for Camille Hobby and her family. Her dad, Marion Hobby, is a coach for the Cincinnati Bengals, and they're playing in a pretty big NFL playoff game. But the awkward thing is her assistant coach on her team, Nikki West, her husband is a defensive coach for the Bills. So there's a lot of angst with this team on who's going to play in that game and win the game at 3 p.m. A really cool NFL connection for the Wolfpack.
She'll try for 3 and hit it. That's her third of the day.
She was boxed in, too. She was not going to be able to get out of that left corner, so she's like, all right, I'll just shoot it. What a start for Carr.
About a 2-second difference. Shot and game clock. And there is a turnover to get it back to the Cardinal. They can take the last shot if they want. I guess Jeff Walls is going to call something for Kristlyn Carr right here.
Syracuse education at work right there.
In some way, shape, or form. Here she comes, flashing to the top. Robinson doesn't give it to her. Has to drive and knocks it down.
Every year at Chagany, they moved into the big gym, helped him start a program, and he is where he is today because of the generosity of spirit and leadership of Pat Summitt.
Yeah, we will hear from some of Pat's former players today. Obviously, the impact on all the student athletes, but also the coaches around the country who she helped and who she encouraged and supported along the way. And Wes certainly one of those in the state of Tennessee when he was there before coming here to NC State. Passed away in 2016, but she and her son Tyler started the Pat Summitt Foundation. 21-13, our score here. NC State over Louisville. Kristlyn Carr has been the star Cardinal so far.
And sometimes you just need to sit down and kind of have a chance to reset.
Yeah, maybe wants to give her a chance here to just catch her breath and like you said, hit that reset button. They're still trying to figure out the chemistry and the culture of this group. But you only got about 10 games left to go.
So you're saying they better figure it out soon?
Yeah. Morgan Jones will also come on. Ideally, they would love to get some transition opportunities for Morgan to try and heat her up a bit. Brown Turner, tough shot. Good defense by Mikasa Robinson, one of the best defenders in the country. Drops it off for Jones, and there you go. There's a fast break bucket for Jones. I'll fire up the crowd a little bit as well. Collins, bucket. Robinson head up, looking for a shooter. She's got one. Van Lith off the bounce, knocked away, and here comes Rivers. 4-on-3, NC State. Collins running the floor, and they'll give it right back. And now a break for Louisville. Van Lith pull up. Good, and Haley is finally off the schneid. Wes Moore doesn't like the turn of events here. He wants to get Diamond Johnson back on the floor. She's set to check in. Hayes, strong drive to the 10 for the lay-in. First-year starter for the Wolfpack after transferring in from Mississippi State last year. Jones euros into the paint for the lefty lay-in. Brown Turner, strong switch defensively from Van Lith. Able to knock it loose. Here comes Jones. Working on Rivers, got it, and won! The last few seasons, both these teams in contention for ACC regular season and tournament titles. Both teams right now, though, looking up at Duke and Notre Dame, the top two right now in the ACC. Johnson looking for three. And they're going to get a foul on Robinson on the box out here for Louisville.
It happened last year when South Carolina would play, and she'd come in off the bench. And I've just been so impressed with her here today as well. Great block by Jones. Her length and size defensively has given Louisville and Haley Van Lith problems.
Here she is defending, forcing Van Lith to give it up. Jones hits the mid-range. Cardinals within a bucket, within a point. Under 3 to go here in the half. They need Diamond Johnson to get the ball here and take charge. They're a little out of sorts. Step back and a foul. Jones bailed him out. In a dogfight with Syracuse, that's a close game in the fourth quarter, and Virginia Tech pulling away from Wake Forest.
Be interesting to see because Duke doesn't have a ton of size inside, and can Virginia Tech take advantage of that with Kittler?
James, no. And that's going to be a foul on Camille Hobby.
How about Mikasa Robinson, though? Just boxing out.
Well, Mikasa Robinson was honored before the game. She has just set the new program record for games played at 145. And Jeff Walz calls her one of the most passionate players that he has ever coached, particularly here at Louisville. She is giving it all every single possession. She makes such a difference, even though she's not a big scorer. And just love Mikasa Robinson, what she's done here at Louisville.
Yeah, big reason why they were at the Final Four a year ago, and a big reason why they've been able to claw their way back into this and tie it up. Final 2 minutes of the first half. Collins flat on the three, but knocked it down.
Last possession. Haley Van Lith able to get her shot off. No coincidence. Saniya Rivers out of the game, not defending her on that one.
Amy Collins now with 7 points for NC State. She and Boyd leading the scorers here in the first half. Working their way inside into the lane. Nyla Harris, the freshman out of Windermere, Florida, with the bucket.
And nice pass by Mikasa Robinson and the steal.
Got the lay-in off the takeaway, and Louisville has the lead. It's their first of the day. Final minute. Johnson. Another three to try and beat the buzzer. Off the mark from James. Carr wide open in transition. That would have brought the house down. Collins defended by Robinson. Making it very difficult for Diamond Johnson to get the ball back. 5 on the shot clock. Robinson on the switch. Gets a good hedge. Forces a tough shot. The defense of Mikasa Robinson. Louisville by 1. Can they add to it? Heading into the locker room. It's Robinson. Double teamed. Mikasa coast to coast, and she's bumped with 1.5 to go. 85% free throw shooter as well.
First 4 seasons here, 53% for the line, but this year much better.
1.5 seconds, still some time for the pack to work with.
I was balancing your announcer jinx on that.
I was not taking credit for that. And NC State will just take it and hold it.
9 first half turnovers, Holly. It was a real problem for NC State. They usually take good care of the basketball, too. Only 13 per game on the season.
Duke a winner over Syracuse just a few moments ago, so they remain in first place, a half a game up on Notre Dame, a game up on Louisville. as NC State scores to open up this second half.
Sometimes you just got to keep it simple.
Yeah.
Dribble handoff, let her go to her strong left and pull up.
This is a big 20 minutes coming up here for North Carolina State. A loss would drop them a full 4 games out of first place with only 9 left to play. It's going to be a great finish to the ACC regular season. They all still have games against each other as Beville scores in the paint. These have been the 2 dominant teams, regular season and ACC tournament championships. A 2-man game and the steal for Diamond Johnson. All 6 of her points in the first quarter, none in the second for Diamond. Tough shot, good defense by Carr to force that from Hayes. Chrislin with the push, Van Lith pulls up mid-range, no. He'll get another opportunity. A third one coming, Morgan Jones around and out, trying to get a 4th. Saniya Rivers will quickly check in for NC State. Number 22 in black. And a player that is starting to pick up more and more significant minutes for the Wolfpack. And here she is defending Van Lith. Cochran and Dixon, the 2 bigs out there on the floor right now for Louisville. Shot clock winding down. Jones contested and she's fouled by Hobby. Morgan Jones, the All-American transfer from Florida State, who would like to work in an NBA front office one day, or hoop scoop. A culture and a chemistry, and like we talked about earlier with Holly, what it takes to play here at Louisville, and that's hard effort every day for players like Morgan.
And she's a young woman who has a really high ceiling. She's a terrific athlete, excellent when she puts the ball on the floor, driving. But there's areas of her game that still have a lot of room for improvement.
Rivers off the bounce, and 1 for Saniya.
So when she's handling the ball up top, she can see open players, deliver the ball. That time she was unbothered by the defense because she could see right over them.
3-point play, Holly?
Well, you guys have heard it before, but
Pull-up Carr, good from 15.
Chrislin Carr came to play today. That's for darn sure.
Out of Davenport, Iowa. Such a good 3-point shooter. You got to step out to respect it, and she's been working off the bounce too today. To the rim and 1. Basket and a foul. That was a big stress point for Jeff Walls this week. Ball fakes, shot fakes. And Holly?
And guys, they weren't sure how much Jada Boyd would actually be able to play today. She sat on the bench a little bit, but she was one of their best scorers early in this game, really fighting through it right now. But they're getting more minutes out of her than I think they anticipated.
Carr, good look inside to Liz Dixon. Rivers is also, by the way, running a little more point in terms of getting them into their offensive sets. Boyd kicks it out to Johnson. Good ball fake. And the bucket. Leads NC State in both scoring and assists. There's Diamond Johnson. Van Lith pulls up. Got it. See if that helps her confidence. Faces up. Good post inside. Boyd, basket, and an injured player down for Louisville. So Haley Van Lith will take the free throws here.
Forceful contact to the face with the elbow. So that's why it was upgraded.
Louisville back up by a pair. Robinson stays on the floor. Here she is, number 5. Van Lith. 2 in a row for Haley. Saniya off the bounce, going to work. Gets inside, basket and a foul.
And on the other end, Saniya Rivers using her handle, her length, her speed to get inside the paint.
Second on Van Lith. Final minute of the third. Robinson missed it.
Man, how many missed layups by Louisville today? Give your big girl a look.
Oh, Camille. He couldn't get it to her. Camille is yet to attempt a shot today. Their starting center. Ooh. And a blocking foul going to be called on Cochran.
Wow, I thought she was there. I thought that was pretty good defense.
James to the free throw line. As high as a 57% free throw shooter.
So that means she'll make this next one.
Jones working hard to try and get open, running that baseline. Van Lith. Three ball, no. Boyd has it and is fouled. Boyd's a 94% free throw shooter. Better odds here.
You just can't help yourself.
I don't have that kind of power. I wish I did, folks.
Typically, the ball will go to Haley Van Lith in these late moments, but look at that Carr.
Carr will step back. Jones looking for Van Lith, who flashes to the lane. They turn her away. Blocked by Hobby. Good defense from NC State.
Good zone defense from NC.
Louisville trying to hang a game out of first place in the ACC. NC State trying to avoid falling 4 games back. With time running down, only 10 games or so left on the schedules around the country. 2 players to watch, though, are the stud defenders. Saniya Rivers, 22 in black. Mikasa Robinson, number 5 in gray. Could be game changers here in the fourth quarter. Diamond Johnson off the bounce, rattles it in.
Wow, what a beautiful hesitation move going left, and then the floater. If you're 5'5", you better have a floater.
Rivers checking Van Lith. Jones off the bounce to the right side. Can't get it to go, but a trip to the free throw line. And Jones to the line, 72%. Morgan now with 11. About 1 or 2. Here is Jakia looking for the 3. Hobby scrapping for the rebound. She's got it. Spins to the baseline and took an extra step. Back to Van Lith. Dixon couldn't hold on. Hayes on the run. Got it. Good fast break for State. They're up 4. Carr off the cross. Louisville's gone cold. Here comes Diamond Johnson. Again, Hayes on the run. Madison Hayes leading the break. This is the 10th year that Wes Moore has been in Raleigh. And under his watch, they have not lost 3 straight ACC road games. Van Lith comes back out top to get it. Good fake. 0 for 6 now to start the fourth quarter for the Ville. Wolfpack have runners on the break. Johnson will take her time. Go to the horn set. Johnson thought about it. She's got a big on her defensively. Somebody's got to help her out. 5 on the shot clock. Hayes. Back to Johnson. Deep 3. And Brown Turner able to track it down. Collins, terrific find by Johnson to get the mismatch.
Mimi Collins had the post up on Haley Van Lith, but the shot clock was going down.
Van Lith, good change of direction. Gives it up for Harris. 0 for 10 shooting in the fourth quarter and a foul on Louisville.
And when Louisville was thriving was when they were able to get things in transition. The quarter court game has not been kind to them so far today.
Brown Turner, another good ball fake. She can't knock it down. Fortunately for Louisville, NC State isn't shooting it much better here in the fourth. Cardinals hanging around. It's a head shake in fourth quarter for Louisville. Brown Turner. They continue to play without Diamond Johnson right now. Rivers almost lost it. Oh, good feed and a block shot inside and a foul.
Comes in, loses the handle. That's all right. I see an open teammate and I'm going to give him the ball.
And that now is the fourth foul on Morgan Jones. Collins hits the front.
And here comes the double drag for Carr.
Jones, hard off the backboard.
How many misses does Louisville have in the paint?
Crossover, Rivers with a big finish. End to end for Saniya, and it's a 10-point state lead.
How smooth was that drive?
Including a Notre Dame NC State showdown a week from today. Van Lith, the fade, no good. Knocked around and it goes to NC State.
Nothing easy in the quarter court for NC State. Nothing. I'm sorry, for Louisville.
Back to Brown Turner, the skip to Hayes for three.
That was not a good decision. You have 15 seconds left in the shot clock with a 10-point lead.
Hope for Louisville. Carr lost the dribble. Now Van Lith on the drive. Rivers got a hand on it, and they're going to call a foul. Keep in mind, Louisville came into this game number 2 in the ACC in field goal percentage. 2 free throws. That's it. Give them a third.
Westmore setting in Diamond Johnson, so he has essentially 2 point guards on the floor, Rivers and Johnson, to handle the press.
Jones jumps the passing lane, and finally they break through their first basket of the fourth quarter. And a timeout called by Westmore. A minute and a half to go in a 7-point game. Johnson. And now Rivers. Goes baseline. Nice feed to Boyd for the lay-in on the wraparound. Saniya Rivers with the assist.
Protect the three.
Carr. Triple no. Boyd boards. Jada looking for help. Van Lith almost had the steal, and it's going to be a 10-second backcourt violation. Good D for Louisville. Good spin to the left side, and the lid stays on the basket. Rebound, Mimi Collins. Rivers. Oh, she's tough to trap. Brown Turner wisely will work some clock. And now they've got a foul. Rivers will head to the line. Just 4 fourth quarter points for Louisville. That would be their lowest total of the year. And the swat from Collins sends it back and turns it over.
Again, a great defensive stop by NC State.
And the bump of Diamond to the free throw line. Maybe gimpy a little bit on some bum ankles, but They are not done yet. A big showdown coming up against Notre Dame next. They still have Duke and Virginia Tech and Carolina on their schedule. Rivers with a pick. And that'll do it. Jeff Wall says don't foul. And a monster fourth quarter for NC State will seal it. 63-51 for the Wolfpack. 4 players in double digits led by Jada Boyd.